Great to have a Hall of Famer with us. Jason Couch, 16 PBA Tour titles. Will be inducted tomorrow. Sunday at 1 o'clock, by the way, is the Tournament of Champions on ESPN. Katsidis hoping he will get another chance in his career to be and fight for a championship.
Obey my commands. Touch gloves. Let's go to work. Thanks.
Jay Nady, the veteran referee. Mensah and Katsidis scheduled for 10.
You know, you look at Katsidis right from the beginning. You talk about not being handled with kid gloves. Well, that's Katsidis. He was not handled with kid gloves. He was thrown into a 12-round fight in his second pro fight. I mean, you know, just not a lot of time swimming in the shallow part of the pool.
And he wastes no time coming right out and forcing Mensah into that neutral corner.
He's just a rugged, no-frills guy, and he's been treated and developed just that way. Matter of fact, his first fight was scheduled for 10 rounds, but
Mensah caught him there.
He knocked him out in the third. Again,
good uppercut by Mensah.
Well, that's the punch we talked about in the fight plan, the uppercut. It's going to be there all night for Mensah because Katsidis, he comes out, he doesn't move that head a real lot, leans a little, and you can split that guard, and really, he eats some uppercuts. Right now, it looks like Katsidis is just a little smaller. I mean, you can actually see that Mensah looks like the bigger man.
He's got him by 2 inches and 2 pounds on our sheet.
You know, Katsidis has been a smaller man lately. He's been fighting most of his career at 135 pounds, lightweight, while Mensah has been junior welter for his last 5 fights.
Katsidis doing his typical stuff on the inside, but Mensah is having his moments with a little bit of separation. He's landed uppercuts as well as a left hook that snuck in there.
If Mensah's going to be okay in this fight, you're going to find out, as I said in the opening, very early, can he handle the heat in the kitchen? That heat's going to come all night. This is what you're going to see. Katsidis, he gets on you, gets on your chest, and he punches. And if you move back, he moves forward. And if you move back with your left hand down, the way Mensah does, he'll step forward and he'll fill that hole with the right hand. Now look at what Mensah's doing there on the ropes. He's rocking a little bit, trying to take something off those punches, rocking and rolling a little bit. And he's taking that right glove and he's putting it over on his left side of his face to block that right hand. See that right glove going over on the right side to block that right hand a little bit?
Sure.
Now, Katsidis sees that, or if his corner sees that, if I'm that in that corner, I'm telling him, okay, fake the right hand, get his right glove to go over there, like it is right now, and then shoot the left hook.
Constant pressure from the Australian.
Look at that right glove. I mean, that right hand of Mensah, he really puts it way over on his left side of his face, leaving a possible opening for that left hook.
Couple good jabs there to close out this first round from Mensah.
In the fight plan, we said that the uppercut would be there for Mensah against Katsidis. Well, in the first round, the uppercut was there. Wow, good right uppercut. If that left hook was on top of it, maybe a knockdown is scored right there by Mensah.
Consistent high-volume work from Katsidis in that first round, and Mensah had his spots and moments to fill a few of those rare gaps, and they go right at it to open up this second round. Look at the CompuBox numbers for round number 1. 140 punches thrown by Michael Katsidis.
Mensah's letting his hands go a little more this round, a little bit more at the right time. He's got to let those hands go before the gap is closed. Mensah closes that gap, or I should say Katsidis closes that gap pretty quick. And once he closes it, not a lot of room for Mensah to work. So Mensah's got to do his punching right there. Every time Katsidis falls out a little bit, which he does, that's when Mensah has to let his hands go.
Just fill that space, because there's not much of it with Katsidis.
Yeah, fill it before it closes again.
So there's that moment, and he shot off the left hand, and then he snaps a straight right hand. Katsidis comes right back with a flurry upstairs.
I'm surprised Katsidis isn't going to the body. You know, we mentioned that Mensah looks bigger, and he looks taller. He's got a real thin, well-shaped body. Looks like he's in great shape, but not much on that body. You know, it's a pretty tight body, a body that can maybe be affected by a body shot. Not a lot of cushion on that body. Sometimes guys that have that muscular, thin body get hurt a little more to the body. Believe it or not, Holyfield, with that greater donors type body, used to get affected to the body. Just guys didn't stay there a lot on it.
There's a little bit of space and a right hand from Mensah. And of course, Katsidis weaving his way back in. There's that left uppercut that time. Comes in, there's some body work from Katsidis. He went with a right and a left, and then upstairs with a left hand.
This is developing into the kind of fight where judges, again, have to be on their P's and Q's. Not who's just throwing, because that man is Katsidis throwing more leather. But who's throwing punches that are also effective, hard punches. And Mensah's trying to be that guy. He's trying to make whatever he throws count. He's trying to pay attention to defense, rock and roll a little bit, pull back on the ropes, slip a little bit, roll away from the punches as he rolled away from that right hand. And then he's looking for spots like there for good, solid shots. So don't look for Mensah to stay up in the punch count race, but look for him to try to make whatever he does really count.
End of 2. Good looking main event. Friday night fights next week. We'll go to one of our familiar stops. We will be north of the border in Montreal to see Adonis Stevenson. And that's super middleweight, who has given us a few thrills through the years on Friday night fights. We'll be taking on Noe Gonzalez. That is from the Bell Center up in Quebec. Next week, 9 o'clock start on Friday night fights.
You know, Joe, with the style of Katsidis always coming forward inside with that head, no surprise that he's been cut many times over both eyes, has some scar tissue over those eyes. That's something you have to be concerned with, and a cut man always has to be on the ready in a Katsidis corner. You know, you see every once in a while Katsidis is always coming forward, only knows one direction and one speed, straight ahead. Once in a while, move his head, but not enough. Straight up too often. You can catch him straight shots, split the guard. You can catch him uppercuts, and you don't have to worry about a jab coming at you if you're Mensah. There's no jab in your windshield. You know, no bugs in the windshield. You know, blurring your vision a little bit. There's a jab. And it worked well for him, but on the whole, Katsidis does not come forward behind that jab nearly enough, where he should block the vision of Mensah on his way in.
And he prefers his left shoulder to be buried into the chest of his opponent. And short right hands on the inside, as we see there.
You know, Mensah knows what he's doing. He covers up pretty good.
There's that uppercut again, Teddy, and then he backed it up with a straight right.
Well, he covers up. He drops that left foot. He puts that left shoulder into his chin, takes care of defense, rolls a little bit, and he looks for spots, again, as I said the last couple rounds, to make his punches really count. He doesn't just chuck punches to chuck punches. He chucks them when he thinks there's an opening. Some good accurate punching here by Mensah. Again, not as busy as the man in gold, but he's been more accurate and I think more telling with his punches. You can see the mind working and the technique working of Mensah. He's paying attention to defense, and now he's looking for a spot when there's a little space.
What will the judges appreciate, though, because the work rate of Katsidis has been extraordinary.
It doesn't matter if you throw a million punches. How many do you land? And right now, this round is clear to me. It's been Mensah's round. He's the one landing all the telling punches.
Undoubtedly lifted him that time with another left hand.
And again, he's very patient, Mensah. He doesn't panic. He just waits for the right spot.
He was pushing him. He kept on pushing.
Watch this defensive move by Mensah. He might pay you a price later. Watch the right glove. He takes that right glove, he puts it way over on his left side, protect against the right hand. But there's a little opening for the left hook. See, he gets it back when he thinks the left hook is coming. He'll move it back. It's up to Katsidis, I think, to fake a little right hand, get the glove there, and then real quick, a short left hook before Mensah can get that glove back.
Good one brewing here on Friday Night Fights from the Hard Rock in Vegas. A look at Teddy's card through the first 3 rounds. Mensah taking a 2-1 advantage over Katsidis.
Good uppercut again. We talked about it in the fight plan, but the uppercut would be a key, and it's been a key for Mensah.
Uppercut right hand, ×2 that time.
Well, you're right, Joe. The uppercut starts it, and then the punch behind it finishes it. There's that left uppercut. There should be a right hand behind it. Now, if Mensah throws, there it is again. If Mensah throws the right uppercut, then there should be a left hook. Again, left uppercut, right hand. Simple combination, a very effective combination this round for Mensah.
He's having a lot of success here in that opening minute of round 4.
You find something that works for you, stay with it. In this round so far, Mensah has stayed with the left uppercut right hand. Again, it works for him. And again, it works for him.
Time and time again.
And again. You know, I'd get mad at Mensah. Now, it's great work. And he's got him ahead in the round. But I would want to see him add to it.
Put a left hook in there?
Yeah, if you land the left uppercut right hand, follow with a left hook. If you can land 2, and he's still there, or you can land 3. It's almost like Mensah was satisfied with knowing that he could do that and just leaving it at that instead of thinking and seeing, hey, what else can I do? You can see Mensah, he likes a little distance, just a little separation, and then he does that, and he does that.
Oh, he's having a big round here, Teddy.
And again, it's really hard to be critical of Mensah. He's winning the round, and as we said earlier, he's picking his spots, but I think he should put more together now.
There was a right cross there that stood very well.
I mean, right now he can't miss Katsidis.
Albert Mensah, who just made his U.S. debut last summer, came over from Ghana, a 3-loss fighter, but finding some success here stateside. And now you see not quite the same Katsidis that we saw in that opening round. Big round for Albert Mensah. End of 4.
All day long, all round long, there's been left uppercut, right hand. Again, left uppercut, right hand. Now, when there's separation like that, I would have liked to see Mensah. Great work, don't get me wrong, and he carried the round. You could always make an argument it was a 10-8 round. He was so dominant. But every time he would catch Katsidis, Katsidis would stay at a certain distance. There was an opportunity for Mensah to do more.
Remember those CompuBox numbers that we showed you early on with the big advantage for Katsidis. Now, in that last round, you saw Mensah throwing over 100 punches, throwing more than Katsidis, and at a much higher percentage. And now look at this distance where he can utilize that jab and also try to catch Katsidis coming forward. Does so that time with a sweeping left hand.
See, the problem with Katsidis, he doesn't use any jab. There he uses a jab, but doesn't do it enough. So he allows, as I said earlier, Mensah to have a clean windshield, a clear, clean point of view. Nothing keeping him busy. Nothing clogging his eyesight. And he can do that. He can pot shots. Nothing coming at him. He's comfortable, he's calm, he sees everything. And he can move those hands without anything bothering him. Katsidis needs to bother him with that, with the jab a little bit. And Katsidis can't stay at a distance. He stays at a distance. Mensah's gonna keep getting that extension on those shots and drilling them.
Yeah, that's right. This 5th round is being fought on Mensah's terms. At his distance, the way he wants it. Caught him with a left uppercut that time as Katsidis took a half step forward.
See, the problem with Katsidis, he's like a guy, like a salesman that comes to your house, but he stands at the front door, at the foyer. He doesn't go in the front door. Now he's going in the front door. That's what he's got to do. Get close and smother Mensah. Take that room away from him. But he can't be just standing in the front door, looking like an aggressive guy, like a guy that wants to sell something, but he doesn't go in the house to sell it. He's got to go in the house and sell it. See, sometimes he'll stand out in front too much. He can't stand out in front. He's got to go in there and deliver the package. See, when he does that, as soon as there's room, Mensah, very patient, will find his spots.
No. You're holding. Let go of him. Stop. Stop.
That was a left hand that nearly strayed low, thrown by Albert Mensah. As we come to the halfway point of our 10-round scheduled main event, left-hand scores for Mensah. And Teddy, how about an in-fight, mid-fight fight plan update?
Well, the last round, you saw it all you really eating Katsidis up with this simple combination, left uppercut, right hand. Now, there's a couple of things that Katsidis could have done. First of all, Mensah, even though it looked like a perfect punch, it wasn't. He was dropping the uppercut. He was dropping the left hand. What Katsidis could have done was, as soon as he saw that left hand drop a little bit, bang, step in and beat him with the right hand. Or what he could have done was, when the left uppercut started to come, slip it, make it miss, and then bang, come with his own. Either choice, either fill the hole with the right hand when the hand drops, or move the head to make it miss. If Katsidis does that, turn the fight around.
John, the cameraman, almost took one of those bangs there on mid-fight fight plan. Good stuff. And it has been a key to this fight so far, as we've seen Mensah gain momentum. Michael Katsidis, who fought Juan Manuel Marquez back in 2010 for 2 lightweight belts, 5-5 in his last 10. He's faced far superior competition, but Mensah was the great unknown coming from Ghana. CompuBox will offer up the total punches thrown by round, and you see Katsidis in round 1 through 140, and in the last round through 88, while Mensah last 2 rounds 112 and 92 according to CompuBox.
You know, Katsidis has lost 3 of his last 4. Now, to really good fighters. 2 were against world champions and 1 was for a world title fight. But when you're fighting, so we like to commend him for that. Hey, he lost 3 of his last 4, but we like to say, hey, it doesn't mean as much as it would for someone else because they were against top fighters. But maybe it means more because you take more punishment against top fighters. And you get a little shot warn against top fighters. So a lot of times we're in the habit of saying, oh, a guy lost 3 or 4, but against top guys, and he gets caught again. But it doesn't mean as much because he was fighting top guys. Maybe it means more. Maybe it took a lot out of him, and Mensah is taking a lot out of him right now.
I think a lot was also taken out of Michael Katsidis with the tragedy he suffered in his personal life. That stretch that you just detailed started just weeks after his brother Stathi was found dead after a reported binge of alcohol and drugs in 2010. Stathi, by the way, was wildly successful in his chosen craft. He was an elite-level jockey in Australian horse racing, competed in the Melbourne Cup and races that would be the equivalent of our U.S. Triple Crown.
Katsidis has fought 5 world champions. 4 of the 5 losses that Katsidis have been to world champions. So in those losses, he's taken a lot of quality punches like he's taken tonight from quality fighters.
3 straight left hooks he just ate from Mensah.
But Katsidis does have the power, especially with that left hook, to turn it around. And again, look at the right glove of Mensah. That might be the opportunity for the left hook to pull this fight out of the fire for Katsidis. That right hand will go way over to the left side. There it goes again. See, if I'm Katsidis, I'm telling him in the corner, really. See, that's what I'm telling him.
There it is.
Start that right hand and then shoot that left hook.
Katsidis finding a moment of success here at the end of round 6.
Mensah's a pretty cool customer. Gets a little room, he throws that left hook. Gets a little room, snaps off that left hook. Snaps off that left hook. Doesn't throw a million punches, but he throws punches at the right time, and he gets the right effect.
Back here in the joint at the Hard Rock Friday Night Fights, presented by Corona Extra. Joe Tessitore, Teddy Atlas, ringside, round 7. Mensah and Katsidis. Katsidis described this as a crossroads of his career. It will determine his future. A lot of doubts after everything he's been through. The 5 losses against top competition, and now facing the African native Albert Mensah.
This is only the 2nd time for Mensah fighting in the United States. All his other fights have been in Ghana. He looks pretty comfortable here tonight. He's loading up now. He's looking for a knockout round here. You could see it in his whole body language. You could see it in those big punches.
Almost corkscrewing himself there, throwing that left hand. There's a left hand that lands from Mensah.
Again, whenever there's space, Mensah knows what to do. Uncork a punch.
Utilizing that jab now.
Mensah looks like he's slowing down a little bit. Taking a breath here this round. Looks like there's an opportunity, to me at least, for Katsidis, if he's got enough left, to start moving in a little bit and making up some ground.
Does just that here now against the far ropes. As he is on the inside, looking to place a few punches.
I could just
right hand got in there, and here comes Katsidis.
You could just sense it, and I was feeling it because Mensah's looking like he's troubled here. He's getting troubled by the punches, but he looks like he's troubled by his endurance right now. All that pressure, you know, you put pressure and pressure and pressure. It starts to crack things sometimes.
Right hand from Katsidis. Does that spur him on for another surge here? Final 20 seconds of the 7th round. Katsidis. Right hand comes in again.
This could be a big turning point of this fight. Turning for Katsidis. If Mensah doesn't catch his 2nd win, he's got problems because he's going to have this guy on him again.
Best round he's had since early on. Well, Michael Katsidis fights like that traffic on the Vegas Strip. We're just off the Strip here at the Hard Rock, the joint, the hot spot here in Vegas. Tonight, the musical acts go aside and Friday Night Fights comes in. Teddy's card, 67-66 for Mensah. That last round, the 7th round, the best we've seen out of Katsidis since very early on in this fight.
You know, every fighter that steps in that squared circle, when they come out of it, there's always the potential of coming out with a little less of yourself than when you went in. With Katsidis, because of his style, there's almost a guarantee that he's going to come out of that ring with a little less of himself. And that's what you got to think about when you're involved in the career of Katsidis. How much does he lose when he gives so much?
Katsidis now on the attack, places a right hand. Close fight coming down the stretch here. Mensah, according to those here in the desert, as we're listing it as an upset alert on Teddy's scorecard, 6-1 favorite was Katsidis to win this fight, according to those in the know in the desert. Can Mensah pull it off? Little-known fighter from Ghana who came to the U.S. with 3 losses, made his U.S. debut last July. Has only had 1 fight in the last 21 months. Katsidis had come in having faced the superior competition, having knocked down Juan Manuel Marquez in a title fight.
Again, you see Mensah not throwing as many, but getting back to his old tricks, his old work this round. Landing and placing the clean shots. Not a million shots from Mensah. But when he throws, he sets his feet and he tries to make sure they're accurate and they do damage. Again, it's up to the refs, or I should say the judges, to appreciate what both men are doing. We know Katsidis is a warrior. We know Mensah has shown himself to be a real game guy, too. Katsidis throwing a lot of punches. But Mensah getting room every once in a while to land one that maybe makes up for 5. That's what he's trying to do. But this, again, a good close by Katsidis. Tough round to score. Not an easy round to score. The busier guy, Katsidis, and he came at you, you know, in real spurts, in real waves. But Mensah still landed some hard shots that round.
That's how you got to finish it, Mike. Yeah. Now, you're turn it up. Okay. Right? You can't let him get a shot, Mike. You're going to double your jabs up, Michael. Okay? Double your jabs up and move in. Right? You can't stay at range. Yes? Good. And that's what I want. Okay? Then go under. Watch his counter. Let's hook. His only shot is a counter left hook. He sits there. He waits for it. Combination. Go under, Michael. Straight 1-2s.
Justin Fortune is a former pro heavyweight and longtime right-hand man of Freddie Roach at the Wild Card Gym before breaking off, and he's been out on his own for a few years now in L.A. He's going to see if he can help Michael Katsidis with some of that advice. Pull this one out of the fire.
You know, there's an old saying, you're either in or you're out. Well, obviously, Katsidis, he gives everything to be in every fight, but he has to pay attention to that saying. Now he's good. You got to be in, but you can't be out. You can't be just laying in front, being aggressive and being semi-aggressive. Katsidis has to be all the way in, because when there's that little room where he's a little out, that's where Mensah has done that. Throw those uppercuts. He missed that time, but that's when he gets the opportunity, and there goes somebody's mouthpiece. Really, the referee shouldn't have broke that. The referee's supposed to wait till there's a break, a natural break in the action before he really replaces that mouthpiece, but who's going to argue with him? Maybe a couple dentists will. Maybe a couple dentists out there say, hey, you should have let him keep fighting without it so he could have came to my office tomorrow.
Well, according to the CompuBox numbers, good luck finding breaks in the action. This has been a really fun fight to broadcast. Hopefully a great watch for you at home. 932 to 704 of punches thrown heading into this round. Look at all those triple-digit rounds for Katsidis.
Well, we knew coming in what Katsidis brought and what he would bring. Action, a lot of punches, a lot of aggression, and taking no prisoners attitude. We just didn't know if Mensah could handle it. He has. And he's given back quite well. See, there's the defensive moves by Mensah that should be appreciated. He rocks and rolls a little bit, rolls that right shoulder back, dips his chin into the left shoulder, crosses the glove over, picks a spot for a good body punch. You know, Katsidis is a shorter guy, always coming at you, usually banging your body. You don't think of hurting him or hitting him in the body. There's a good shot, 2 good shots again by Mensah. But you can hit Katsidis in the body. He raises those elbows and gives you openings. Katsidis don't look right to me. You know, he's half out of it right now. And Mensah, he's really half out of it right now, Katsidis. I don't know if Mensah realizes it.
You see swelling around the eyes of Katsidis here as Mensah pushes him off to try to create some move. He has scored well in the last minute.
Yeah, Katsidis still isn't right. That's why he's staying outside, trying to get his bearings back a little bit again. He was really hurt.
There's a hurt again. And it stumbles Katsidis back. He was staggered there in the last 10 seconds of that round.
Mensah really hurt him. And there's the left hook. And there's a second left hook. Nice combination. Jumps in with that left hook. And then throws another one.
Listen to me, all right? I need every single thing you have here, all right? I got this title, okay? I won't make him fall. There's everything on the line. Okay?
Really, guys? He's good.
He's good. Michael, double jabs up, stay low, straight.
Albert Mensah leaves the stool. With 1 round to go, can he pull off this upset against Michael Katsidis, who Justin Fortune told him, I need every single thing you have. 86-85, says Teddy. 10th and final round. Been a good main event. Let's see how it finishes up.
So my answer to Justin Fortune would be, and I understand what he's saying, Katsidis will always give you every single thing he has. The question is, how much does he have left after the punches he's taken this fight and the ones he's taken in other fights?
And significant swelling around both eyes of the Australian.
I could see a knockout. I know that's a big statement here, but I could see a knockout for Mensah if he could get something started here, because he had Katsidis really hurt the last round, and I don't think he realized it. And I don't know if Katsidis has fully come back. You can see the respect that Katsidis is showing to the punching power and the accuracy of Mensah. He's boxing a little bit, going in and out. He doesn't do that too often.
Both men opened up that time. Mensah a bit sturdier, and there's a right hand that did not hit flush as Katsidis came forward.
The danger zones
Left hand did there, though.
for Katsidis is when he either stands in front and full leverage can get, an extension can get on the punches of Mensah, or when Katsidis comes in. Now, there's going to be a danger zone right here when Katsidis tries to get in. And that's the danger zone. And that left uppercut and left hook found him.
Missed with the right hand that time, but Katsidis couldn't connect in throwing off his left.
So what Katsidis has to do, you see Mensah pushes him. He knows when he gets a little room, he can do more damage. Katsidis needs to really stay close. And right now he's on wobbly legs, so it's hard to do that. Still not a guarantee to me that Katsidis is going to get out of this round.
Off balance that time just from that sweeping left hand. And now Mensah on the attack, although he just ate a left hand. still standing there in the pocket as Katsidis applies some pressure. Final half minute of the fight. What does Katsidis have left?
And that's what he should do. Stay close where there's no room. Every time there's room, there's danger for Katsidis. And when he tries to close that gap, that's when that happens. When he gets caught a clean shot.
Punch after punch for 10 straight rounds. High work rate from Katsidis. Dangerous, accurate punches from Mensah. And that was a good main event. And Albert Mensah could be just moments away from hearing that he is the winner against the more proven Michael Katsidis. Stay with us to find out when we return to Vegas. Teddy, take us through the 10 rounds of Mensah and Katsidis.
Well, it was fun. It was good. And there was a lot of uppercuts and straight right hands when there was distance. And then there was a lot of punches every time Katsidis got in close. But when there was a lot of room, well, then a heavier punch of Mensah got off. But every once in a while, Katsidis would get inside and do what he did. Just throw punches and stay on him like a cheap suit.
We saw plenty of punches, over 1,100 from Katsidis. Good hard work from Mensah, throwing 870 and landing some of those crisp shots. Teddy's scorecard says 96-94 for Mensah. Let's head up to the ring to Jake Gutierrez.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of championship boxing, we go to the scorecards. We have a majority decision. Judge Dick Houck scored the bout 95-95. He called it even. Judge Patricia Jarman scored it 96-94. And Judge Ricardo Ocasio scored the bout 98-92 for the winner by majority decision. And still, IBF International Junior Welterweight Champion, Albert Tornado Mensah.
98-92. Now, I agree with